Hey there, Jessica Coulter, the CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. Today I wanted to give you some study tips. So I do post a new study tip each week on my Facebook page. So I wanted to go ahead and make a video about some of my favorites that I've posted recently and just wanted to explain them a little more in case you've looked at the post and were kind of wondering what I was thinking. So in case you haven't seen those study tips yet, this is a great opportunity to get some new ideas for studying. Okay, so the first study tip I want to tell you guys is be prepared. So this means bring what you need. So on test day, make sure you're bringing everything you need. If you're in college, you need a blue book, bring a blue book. If you're going to use your computer, make sure it's charged, ready to go. And the obvious, like pencils and pens, calculators, all of that stuff. So make sure you bring that with you on test day, and then bring home whatever you need to bring home to study. If you need notes, you need a textbook, whatever it is, bring it home with you. Otherwise, you won't be able to study. Another thing, know what to study. So, I mean, if you have a test tomorrow and you know it's in your biology class, but you don't remember which chapter it is, it's going to be kind of hard to study. Or maybe okay, the teacher talked about this subject and said, kind of in undertones, well, this is going to be on the test. Make sure you remember what the teacher actually said. And if you don't remember, ask somebody in the class or maybe even the teacher. And finally, a good way to know what to study is to know what type of questions to expect. So hopefully your teacher has told you what to expect. Some teachers love multiple choice questions, others want essay questions. It just depends on the teacher, the school, all of that good stuff. So the first test of the semester can be a little harder to prepare for, but once you learn the teacher, you know what to expect, it's a lot easier to be prepared for the test, quiz, or even the homework assignment. Alrighty, so now we're ready for study tip number 2, and that is take a break. So maybe you're studying really hard for a big test like the ACT or finals or some other standardized test, and it's just a little bit of an overload. No, it's okay to take a break. Just know that is okay. And if you need a break, maybe some exercise would be worth it. And that can be as simple as taking a quick walk around the neighborhood. If it's cold outside or hot outside and you just don't want to go out there, you can easily go up and down the stairs inside your house. You can, jog in place. Whatever it is you want to do, exercise is a great study break. Okay? Now another way to take a break is to do a different assignment. Hopefully you have something else you could work on. It might be, we've got that big test tomorrow, but there's also this other assignment for a different class. Totally changing gears can be a great way to help you study. And something else to think about is the whole point of a break is to process information differently. You might have been so focused on learning this particular subject, this particular way, that all of a sudden, when you're taking a step back, giving yourself a chance to relax, you're going to look at everything differently. And the very last thing, kind of just a repeat of something I just said, but reset your brain. Give yourself a break in order to relax and to think about something differently. There's no point to keep hammering away at something that you're struggling with. Sometimes a 5-minute break is all you need to understand that really tricky equation in math. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this is helping you out. And like I said at the beginning of the presentation, I do post weekly study tips. So if you would like to see those on Facebook, just make sure you follow Ace Cookie Tutoring. There's a link here on your screen, www.facebook.com/Ace Cookie Tutoring. So I do post updates every day of the week as often as possible. And if you're looking for some study tips, it's a great place to get them, as well as free resources and other tutorials just like this one. So we'd love to have you as a follower. Alrighty, so now let's go to study tip number 3, and this is to write down your vocab words. So no matter what class you're working on, no matter what grade level you're in, there is going to be vocab words, and it might be you already have a whole long list of them you're trying to memorize or study and learn. Whatever the case, learning your vocab words is very important. Now you can have a lot of fun when you're learning vocab words. You can be as creative as you want. You can break out the markers. If you're younger and want to use sidewalk chalk, that's always fun. Or maybe you're feeling really artistic and want to use paint, that's okay too. So whatever you want to do, there are all sorts of fun ways to learn your vocab words. Now, a particular method that I think works really well, and I know it personally works for me, and it just kind of depends on the student. So if you haven't tried it, highly recommend it, especially for vocab, and that is rote memorization. So what that means is you write down your vocab words over and over. So I love whiteboards, so I would recommend you write your vocab word down, and then a key word from the definition that you're going to need to know on the test, or something you're going to be expected to know if you're writing answers. So rote memorization, write the words, and like I said, the definitions down over and over with something that you like to use, whether it's a marker, paint, or for me, whiteboards. And a way to decide how many times to write down these vocab words, again, you can have fun with this, you could roll a dice. So you know you need to memorize these words a week from now. Well, roll the dice and decide, okay, I'm going to write this word 2 times. Roll the dice again. I'm going to write this word 4 times. And after you've gone through them 2 or 3 times like that, you'll start to figure out, oh, well, this word is really easy for me. And so maybe you just decide to write it down 1 time and only roll the dice for the ones you're really struggling with. So practice your vocab words. You'll thank me later. Okay, I've got another study tip for you. So this one is all about your computer battery. So it is really easy anymore to stay up way too late on your computer. And unfortunately, if you do that, you're going to be really tired tomorrow. And if your test is tomorrow, or some big presentations tomorrow, unfortunately, you staying up late is not going to help you. So you've got to go to bed on time, and a way to do that is to not stay up on your computer too late. And unfortunately, when we're all studying, we all do it, we might be looking up our notes 1 second or watching some videos to prepare for that test, and next thing we know, we're on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever our online distractions are. So the secret, the key, as far as I'm concerned, to making sure you're using your computer for what you should be using it for, and also making sure you're not studying too late and kind of giving yourself sleep deprivation, is to leave your charger behind. Okay? So say you're studying in the library. I would say if you're in college, leave your charger behind, in your car. Leave it in your dorm room, or wherever. Or if you're a student still living at home, leave the charger in your room and go study in the living room, or vice versa. Whatever it is, if your computer only has a 2-hour battery life, or maybe a little longer, a little shorter, you're going to be limited and hopefully be more motivated to study what you need to study because your battery only is going to last so long. So this last study tip might seem a little silly to some people, but other people are going to think it's a lot of fun. So what I suggest for studying, just an idea to try out, is to sing a song. And this is important if you're an auditory learner. So maybe hearing something helps you learn. So maybe just reading your notes over and over again isn't going to make the material sink in. Well, that means you need maybe to hear it. So this can be a fun way of doing it. You could easily make up a song, or if there's a song that you're really into right now, just use the melody of that song and come up with some lyrics of your own. They can be as unique as you want them to be, but make sure you capture the information that's important for you to succeed on whatever the teacher's expecting. So if you need to, again, go back to your vocab and the definitions, or maybe you're trying to memorize a chart or a diagram, or even some anatomy or a diagram, that has a whole bunch of different parts, then just think of a way to come up with some words or a song that you'll be able to easily recall the next time you're tested on it. Because it's a lot harder to regurgitate information when you've just crammed it in your brain, but when it's something that you've created or something that sounds like something you're already interested in, it's more likely to stick with you. Alrighty, that is everything I have for you. So thank you so much for listening to the video. I hope it helped, and I hope there is a study tip here that gives you a new idea and a new way of studying. So maybe you're looking for some more study tips, and maybe you're looking for something more individualized. We would love to work with you. Feel free to book a lesson online at acecookie-tutoring.com/book online. We would love to talk to you, figure out what kind of learner you are and what's working for you and not working. That way we could come up with some customized studying for you. Now, another idea for you, we do have some paid resources. So we do make different activities and worksheets to go with most of our tutorials. And that is on the second link on our website at acecookie-tutoring.com/shop. And finally, maybe you're not a Facebook person, but you'd still like to get our monthly newsletter, find out what our monthly special is, and stay up to date with Ace Cookie Tutoring. Please join our email list. Just send an email to acecookie-tutoring@gmail.com. Well, thanks so much, guys. We'll see you in the next video.